This is every Acceleracers release since 2023. 2025 marks the 20th anniversary of Hot Wheels Acceleracers. And if you didn't know what that was, I'm gonna tell you about it. Hot Wheels Acceleracers was an old TV series on Cartoon Network, 4 movies that were a sequel to the Hot Wheels World Race and Hot Wheels 1969 timeline. And it's finally back. Compared to the old 2005 series versions of the cards, we have a bunch of different ones this time around, including an NFT release like this one, the mainline release of RDO6, and of course the Silver Series release of the Acceleracers 20th anniversary set. This is in huge in part by the Hot Wheels design team, including Ron, Dwayne, Andreas, Antonio, Curran, Jamie, Omar, Leeway, Brian, and really any of the designers that decided, hey, let's greenlight this thing. A special thank you to member John T for donating this Hot Wheels Silver Series from Canada, bro. You're legit. Thank you so much, and praying for you as always. And if you would like to become a member as well, you can always hit that join button down below and get some behind the scenes content. You can also buy merch if you want to support, like this t-shirt with the Teku logo on it. That's just search up JayCee squared on Redbubble or JayCeeLegoman10302.redbubble.com. That one also works. I don't think you've ever seen a Hot Wheels set be more tracked than the Acceleracers 20th Anniversary Silver Series set. I mean, like, Reddit's got its own tracker going on, like as if it were Christmas with Santa Claus. It's really amazing to see the community come around on this one. I'm also featuring some cool people like Black Sails 3D, Overused 03, and Acceleracers Customs. I won't go too far into the technical aspects of everything, but just talking about the culture side of things, this is a huge release. Although I already know what the comments are gonna say, 5th movie please. The last time, for example, Vert Wheeler was even printed by Hot Wheels themselves was back in 2006. So what was the timeline leading up to this release? We had Hot Wheels Infinite Loop released with the Teku Deora 2 and Revert and High Voltage and a whole bunch of other stuff, right? Then we had Hot Wheels Unleashed and Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. Unfortunately, they didn't do super well, even though they had an awesome Acceleracers DLC. Then we had, well, they at least made it real, the Teku Deora 2, and then the NFT stuff with that. But I will give credit to the team that actually were trying to listen in some way, because then we got the release of the amazing Teku Deora 2 mainline variant, which is just so much fun, and it also came up with a side partner that we don't talk about very much. Then we got this fabulous tribute to Mark Jones, the designer of RD06, with his name on it, basically essentially meaning that apparently the drones now know who Mark Jones is. Very odd. Yeah, we don't talk about this one either. And that led us up to these amazing beauties. This might just be the most hyped set of 2025. Let's get into this fun review. So you already know about this one. I mean, it's the Teku Deora 2 NFT craze baloney stuff, right? Overall, this is a pretty cool thing. I mean, the fact that it even happened made all of the other stuff possible, right? So, for example, surfboards are molded. Got a little pointy finger, so it actually is perfect. The lip right there is also very frustrating. The fact that this piece is no longer one piece is very frustrating. Yes, I know all of these things. I know all the criticisms on it. However, Leeway did a great design here. This is a solid release. If it weren't so poorly done, you can find my full video on this release on my YouTube channel from last year, talking about not just the cool things that happened about it, with the actual IRL Teku Deora 2 being a real thing, them hiring Acceleracers fans to actually be at events, including me, with the Teku Deora 2 and the Vert Wheeler jacket at Miami. There's a lot good and bad about this product, and it's kind of sad that it's so expensive that I can't really get another one. The fact that I was promised one, never got it. It's just a lot of stuff went wrong with this, right? A lot of stuff went wrong with this release, unfortunately. However, it did have multiple, the NFTs had multiple of the decals. And what's good about that is that it actually had them go back into the archives, find the old stuff, and then revitalize it, right? If you remember my interview with Leeway Chang, we did that at Legends Tour, and I'll link that video down below as well. So that is the Teku Deora 2, the official release, the one that's unfortunately probably not going to get another release, although they should do another one that's more diecast accurate to the movie. I remember doing a poll on that recently. For San Diego Comic-Con, they should have done that. It would have been dope, alright? Rewrap the car into Teku Deora 2 colors. I'm telling you, it would just make bank, guys. It's just bank. I'm telling you, it would make bank. Alright, the Black Sails 3D. Honestly, these are goated. Try to re-release this for real to the public so they can actually get a proper Teku Deora 2. This one's nice, but I'm not gonna lie. I would really love it if it were more movie accurate, slash, just better diecast wise. This one, unfortunately, misses the mark in a lot of ways. Alright, let's move on to the mainline Deora 2. Alright, here we go. This is the mainline Deora 2 on the Acceleracers Customs little thing. I love this track piece right here. Yes, this is one of the more interesting releases, right? They reuse the decals. It's not the same colors necessarily, but they reuse that blue. They reuse this blue, a little bit lighter of a shade. They put the Hot Wheels logo there instead of the Ted Wu logo. I love that they did the headlights just like the World Race headlights. However, of course, you have that. I'm going to use them again. You have this piece right here that's very frustrating and very annoying. Molded surfboards, which I don't hate the molded surfboards. At least it has surfboards, but yeah, they don't look as good. And then, of course, the sectioned off piece there. Good news is this was a chrome underbody, so it actually matches the chrome interior as well, which is very nice. This piece, I wish they would have put black or something there. I don't know. I know it's tough whenever you have that, though, so they don't have another color of black. I think from MAINLINE that wouldn't have worked. But even just it filled in would just make it look better, I think. The clear glass is very nice. I like this. So this release, overall, is it good? Yes, I'm going to consider this a success. And not in the way that most people would probably consider success, but the fact that this became available worldwide. I think that was the biggest thing. This became available worldwide within the Then and Now series. It was kind of like shoehorned into it a little bit. This being now 20 years old, I mean 25 years old of a car. It's very impressive, actually. Deora 2 is now an older version of a car. And of course, I'll talk about it in a second, but Let's Race, you already know, is Hot Wheels Acceleracers canon. You can view my video as well that I did on this. But yeah, the Then and Now series was a pretty good series overall. And honestly, if this is how they had to make it in, this is how they had to make it in, right? I'm not too upset about them putting it in the mainline and making it easy for customizers. Now, I still think they should re-release it, like I said with my previous thing. It's not movie accurate, except maybe this little comic I might be coming up with. You'll see soon. There's an announcement. I might be working with a certain someone to make something really cool. But let's go over the secondary release that came out with it. So this is then, and now look, it's the now. So yeah, I guess you crash now. I still don't like this part. I really don't. The fact that it's asymmetrical here for like no reason other than the stupid bike. This could be symmetrical so easily. That's what I hate about it, is that it literally, I mean, just look at this. If you put another surfboard here, and people keep forgetting, this does have two surfboards, but it looks terrible. You can hardly tell, because on the other side, it's flat. So they didn't even mold it properly, so that's a knock against it. You can't put any decals here, so that's against it. Like, I just don't understand how you flubbed up a really cool idea. An electrical Deora can work really well. I've already done an up to speed on Deora 2, and I talk about more in depth my thoughts on Deora 3. Like, I'm literally just talking about my previous videos. You should definitely check out my channel and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. But yeah, for real, like, this is just such a miss, unfortunately. The silhouette overall, I don't hate, but like this, no glass, and then this, again, another asymmetrical piece for no reason. Like, this could have been completed or put a window here, or just everything about it is just weird. And I love Mark Jones, but he definitely missed on this one. There's no doubt about it, he missed. Because I like the taillights. There are pieces that I like about this diecast, and so it's really sad to see such a failure. Now, how does it look in Teku? Surprisingly, not too bad. The white actually works really well in its favor because any color makes it look too much like a flip-flop. So white being the color they chose for this is great, and the Teku logos actually don't look too bad on this side at least. Again, on this side, it just doesn't. It's just so bad. So let's look at the good side. The good side is this one where, yeah, I can actually see how this looks fun. This is great. And if you had 2 surfboards instead of 2 surfboards and a bike, this could actually be such a great diecast and a little bit of a Teku fun. Now, people speculate, okay, who could drive this car? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's not Vert. It's not Vert. It's terrible. Throw it away. Okay, no, okay. I gotta stop with the memeing. I don't know. Y'all figure that out. Again, Hot Wheels Let's Race is not canon to Hot Wheels Acceleracers. This is just an advertisement. I've talked about that in my Secret Realms video that I haven't done another episode of, even though I want to. So 6 out of 10. Cars from the past and the present. Can you collect all 5 pairs? So Deora 3, unfortunately, such an unfortunate situation. I really hope they come out with a Deora 4 to rectify this mistake. But that is the 2024 Deora 2 mainline and Deora 3 mainline Teku-wized. And it's really cool. It's still a cool idea. I mean, the fact that we even got, again, Teku logos on something is great. So I will consider that a win in of itself, even if it's on a very peg warmer diecast. This thing peg warms like crazy. I just can't anymore. Okay. All right. So that's it for the boys in the Deora 2. Let's check out earlier this year, we had the RD06. Let's talk about it. This is the RD06. It's a really cool diecast, actually, and is also done by Mark Jones. So this done by Mark Jones, but so is this, surprisingly, and we do like this one. This one is great. It is retooled. You can find other videos by Reese, Tesla's Cube, Vulcan, all the other guys talk about it. I'm going to talk about the actual decals themselves, which is neat. So in the movie, someone pointed out that this decal actually is sort of on one of the cars in the movie. This side is actually black, and I never noticed that until recently as well. So we still have yet to get an accurate RD06 with all black all the way. Even the original RD06 doesn't have that. Now, the only real issue is that this thing includes Hot Wheels logos. Now, in universe, I don't know how to explain that. I'm gonna try to explain the MJ, but in universe, the Hot Wheels logos don't make any sense, of course, because the Hot Wheels logos are sponsoring Tesla, and Hot Wheels sponsors Tesla, and that's the Scrim Corp, and so the Clip Corporation cannot have a sponsor by Hot Wheels. That'd be ridiculous. Unless for some reason they were just under disguise. I don't know. Maybe this is a clip driver that's under disguise for Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. Now I'm going real fanfiction-y. What am I doing? Okay. Trash. Alright, now we can actually see this thing up close and personal. And the reason this one is so great is because it's an army builder. Army builders are so important in LEGO, and so to see an army builder in Hot Wheels is actually pretty great as well. Especially for the drone army. I mean, you already know there are thousands of drones, or whatever, hundreds of drones in some shots. And so to see this, like, in the beginning of Ignition, and now be able to, for fans to actually get their hands on one of these, is really amazing. It's really cool that they can build their own armies of RD06s, which is really neat. Hot Wheels designed by. So I hope more stuff like this happens, more army builders, mainline army builders, because now there are customizers who make wheels. So if you ever wanted to get proper wheels of drones, you could, right? It's not impossible. But let's talk about the odd one in the bunch. Oh boy. What is this thing? The Watermelon RD06. They could have gone with any color, and they chose pink. Pink is such a interesting color. I don't like it. I don't like that Hot Wheels keeps doing the crazy colors. Cone Shaker is different. This is fine. This is a silly car. This is one of your nice fantasy cars, so treat it nicely. Instead, we're going to give it different wheels that look uglier for some reason. I really don't understand why they didn't just choose the same wheel type. They chose the black, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is I don't like this, and I'll open it up as well, just to get a better view of it. But yeah, this is the 2025 RD06, also in honor of Mark Jones, with drone logos. So this is a pink I can't even think of a way to canonize this in any way, shape, or form, other than the fact that maybe Calorum really wanted a pink, again, undercover car. This could be an undercover car for Clip in the human world so that they could, I don't know, feel silly so that they could go into a parade and no one notices, even though it's the most noticeable, like, color scheme ever. Yeah, this one's just don't understand the colors on this one. The point is, Army Builder is great in that color. Proper colors, look amazing. They still have the nice gloss on the black. So with that being said, let's just put it side by side. It's just, yeah, I mean, Maneuver 7, get this thing off of the table. Alright, now let's talk about overused O3 customs. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go into the actual, in real life, Acceleracers for 2025, the 20th anniversary, baby. I've already done a bunch of different videos honoring the designers themselves in previous videos. You should definitely check it out. All the people that were involved in this, also Heather Mark Jones, surprisingly. But yes, I have honored all of them, and I've done videos on it, and I just want y'all to check those out for me so I don't have to keep reiterating information. They focused on the leader cars, specifically for each of the Acceleracers teams. And that is super duper important. For anyone that wants to get into Acceleracers, they can have at least one car from each team, which I think is actually great for newcomers that maybe watch the movies, or that you know, parents give their kids the movies to watch online on YouTube or wherever we can watch them now, or I think it's on Rumble for some reason. But yeah, it's just, or Internet Archive. Again, it's really neat to see this because I see fans all the time that want to play with these, right? And for kids to have the opportunity now to actually go back, get a diecast, watch the movie, and then be able to enjoy actually, you know, driving around with a silencer car, driving around with a Teku vehicle, with a drone vehicle, with a Metal Maniac vehicle, right? If in case they missed out on these guys on the main lines, they can just get it in this set, which is amazing. And the fact that Hot Wheels doesn't advertise this themselves as a 20th anniversary set shocks me. I haven't seen any posts officially by Hot Wheels themselves that talks about this set. I've seen designers talk about it, and I've seen us talk about it, and I've seen us advertise it, but I have not seen Hot Wheels themselves do it. So I urge, if Hot Wheels is listening, please, 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 make sure to advertise this to the people. Make sure that kids can actually watch this movie and re-release the movie. I'm talking culturally. This is so important. 20th anniversary, 80th anniversary of Mattel. There's just so much going on this year, and to not... This is brand equity stuff that this is your brand. You need to promote it. It's so big. It's, you own this IP. It's not Transformers. It is yours. It's so good. It's so good. Let's get into this thing, right? This is Iridium. You already know that Jamie did the art here. I've talked about it again in previous videos. Omar did this art. The reference that Jamie was given, I talked to him personally, and he also did the art for this thumbnail, is that this was just a generic Silencer soldier that he was given, right? He didn't know off the top of his head. He watched the movies afterwards and figured out that this was the wrong character after the fact, which is okay. Like, as long as we know that this should have been Major Wheeler and his helmet, there's no harm, no foul, right? And I've already seen people do customs and stuff like that redo his imagery, right? I will be explaining why this can be canon, however, in a future comic book. I've been teasing the comic a lot, okay? I'm telling you, there's a comic coming. So let's get into it. Iridium, it's gray. It's using the dot matrix system, which means it's using a little bit more money in order to make it. They use these new wheels. I think it's either AS6 or AC6. They look great. If you get a paint pen and you color those in, and I've talked about it in a previous video, and then you put a red dot, these look really solid. Like, this molding is almost exact to a CM6. Yes, you're not going to have the inside of it, right? However, this is a great counterpiece, okay? Silencer's logo on the inside. Let's open this up and just take a look at it. Why is it so hard to open an Acceleracers? Silver Series are a little bit harder packaged. So, unfortunately, you can barely see the Silencer's logo now, but Let's take a look at that beautiful Iridium, right? Surprisingly, this one doesn't look super bad, even though I know the colors are a little bit shaky. I'm not comparing it to other diecasts. You can check, again, Reese and stuff like that for those. No, I'm, again, talking about the culture. Talking about why it's important to have this vehicle is because it's Major Wheeler, because it's Vert's dad, because this is a Silencer vehicle for the first time in a long time. I think the Silencers actually get the least amount of rep when it comes to the diecast collecting scene, which I don't doubt at all. It's just one of those unfortunate truths as far as things go. I love this purple stripe. I'm glad they tried to at least keep the synergy of the overall old canopy. Again, retool, stuff like that. All right, let's go check out Slingshot. Probably the most hyped diecast in this set. I believe this might just be the most hyped diecast. This is the first time we've ever gotten Slingshot, Teku-wise, in Hot Wheels. This is incredible. For those that don't know, I mean, customs have been going out for hundreds of dollars over the years, for rightfully so, in my opinion, because it takes a lot of work to do this stuff, right? And so, to get Teku Slingshot is just amazing, as, man, I don't have this car. I've just never coughed up the money for a custom, and so, it's just amazing to see this car and what it looks like. I know my camera is a little bit messy, but yeah, this one's definitely probably one of my favorites. It got the short end of the stick with the tampos. This has tampos and not the dot matrix. So actually, technically, it's going to be higher fidelity, but it just doesn't reach into the crevices, for example, like it should. You can see it here. You already know. Reese has pointed it out a bunch, the blue stripe and everything like that. There's another channel, I think I've linked before, that's good. The big issue for me is definitely that. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. But that's annoying. The cool thing is we do have taillights and we do have the front. So it's nice to see a fully like tampoed body. All right, let's open this thing up, right? Man, I really am just screwing these up. I know, y'all are probably crying in the comments. I apologize, that's bad. But there we go. Teku Slingshot. It is so good. The fact that I can have this and this in my hand now is just, it's really nice. It's really nice. I can't lie to you. This one has the black tires because of course this one never made it out to Storm Realm, so it never got the nice blue tires that you would see from the Teku later on. Blue canopy. This one I cannot wait. It's also going to be in the comic. Teku Deora 2, Teku Slingshot. The fact that we have all 9 Teku, I think we're only missing Nightlife now officially. I have a Nightlife custom, but Nightlife officially, we're just missing him. So Teku Slingshot, Kurt Wilde. That's the cultural significance of this, is that we never got Teku Slingshot, and now I believe Brian Drummond goes to conventions, so you can definitely find that, get it signed by him. I'm sure he'd be happy to sign it. He's really chill, he's really awesome. And let's go check out the next one. Cause I ain't no Hollowback girl, cause I ain't no Hollowback girl. Okay, this one's awesome because of this. Yeah, we're gonna show off the overused custom while I'm opening this or showing it off. This is Hollowback. The importance of this diecast, of course, team leader, Torquematics. I love the fact that they use his like card art. I forgot to point out, but yes, I do love Mew and Kurt. But yeah, the card art looks great. The only, I think, downside is that this is technically the smooth version of his decals, which, oh well, that just is what it is sometimes. But the dot matrix is super important. Seeing that used on a retool and making it look almost as good as the Toy Fair version. The Toy Fair version is clearly better when it comes to that hood, but let's just open it up, shall we? Again, Metal Maniacs logo behind it. I'm messing this up. Alright, there we go. We got it out. So there you go. Hollowback. Don't talk to me and my son ever again, right? That meme right there. It's contrary to popular belief, I actually like the wheels. I know a lot of people don't like these wheels because they are blacked out, but I do like them. I actually like the choice of this wheel. I think Ron really likes them as well. So I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I like this. Feels rough. It feels nice. This is smoked out. This piece right here is black, and I think they pointed out that it's not black on the side. But Nonetheless, that's a really expensive procedure for this diecast, so to see it get that treatment is really great, actually. So this is Tampos. This is Dot Matrix. That is actually, that's good. I like that. I like that they used the Tampos, I believe. I'm not a professional diecast reviewer. I don't know all of the ins and outs, I apologize. But most of the underside is still kept the same. Culturally, this is a great release because Maniacs is one of the main characters, and he's the team leader of the Metal Maniacs. So it's great that kids can now watch that show, get a Metal Maniac that actually looks accurate to the show. He's got, you know, the nice maroon color. This is affordable. It's $4 comparatively to, I think, what is it, 30 or 40 on eBay now, probably more because of the ridiculousness of it all. So culturally, this is a great release, I think. It's great to see the headlights and everything like that get sculpted out with that dot matrix system. Just a really great release overall. All right, let's stick them on the, there we go. That looks pretty cool, right? I'm gonna cover up the JayCee squared. All right, let's look at the next one, number 4. Okay, joining the drones is the drone leader. You can't have a drone army that you can now collect without a drone leader. And that's what's great. In fact, I think the drones win 2025 for the 20th anniversary because of the fact that you can create your own army this year with Galorum. This is a highly different version of RD09, and yet it is very good. It's very good looking. I think it looks slightly better here. Personally, I don't like that little lip piece. I actually was just fine with the canopy going all the way flush. You know me, and my canopies going flush like Deora too. But that's me personally. I think for the aggressiveness of the drones, it still fits just fine, right? Fits great. The colors look great on this one. I think this one is a clear winner. A lot of money was put into it, clearly with the metal base and the metal piece right here. RD09 is still a very interesting diecast with the metal on the top, metal on the top, metal on the bottom, and then plastic interior and plastic. It's very interesting. Chrome now, again, very good diecast. Dwayne Vance cooks all the time. Great art by Jamie. Her being in the Acceleracers actually fits. She was there. So again, canon-wise, I don't know how to fit this version of the car yet into a comic, but I will figure it out. And I want to make these all canonized because I think it's just a cool release. So for kids now, they get to have the evil Galorum, who is really cool. I mean, everyone loves Galorum, even though she's evil and kills my boy, or not kills, but you know, really hurts my boy Kadeem. You can't hate her because she's like just that pure good type of evil, kind of like what was that guy's name in? Trying to remember the movie, Jack Horner or whatever from Puss in Boots 2. Again, drones logo was there, but I destroyed it. Okay, let's get it on the little shelf there, shall we? I love these roll great, by the way. So shout out the rolling of these roll amazingly. So yeah, this one looks good. This one looks really fun. I love the decal on the wing here. That's one of the coolest things I've seen as of late. I believe these are tampos, so to get that on this is really good. Plastic here. If you didn't know, all the Acceleracers are plastic body originally. But yeah, there's more detail here. It doesn't look like a mess. Like the original very much looked more like a mess, but I mean, that's what it looked like in the TV series later on. So I think Dwayne cooked. I think it looks great for a refresh by Dwayne. Congratulations to him for getting... I mean, that's really rare nowadays in Hot Wheels to get a fantasy design, so it's really cool. Culturally, this is a great start. If you didn't know, Dwayne was on the company, lead designer for Acceleracers, left the company later on, rejoined the company after one of his designs got built in a real-life Hot Wheels car called the 2Jet Z, and then it won the Hot Wheels Legends Tour in 2020 for the 50th anniversary of Hot Wheels. A lot happened, and then he rejoined the company, I think, later that year. And Ron and company, I mean, like everyone, Brian and all of them, I'm sure are very supportive and wanted him back on, and it shows. I mean, he still cooks to this day. He still cooks a lot of great things. He could cook. You know, maybe one of these is a pullback speeder. Maybe one of these is a pullback speeder. Maybe one of these is a pullback speeder. Anyway, I love the pullback speeders, but right now they're kind of boring because they don't have Deora too. There we go. So culturally, Galorum, very important, right? She is a very important character. He's the main character, main bad guy. Let's talk about the main good guy, the one that defeats her, the main honcho himself, the man, the myth, the legend, and his car, Revert. Yeah, it got renamed. It got renamed, and a part of that was because Royal Caribbean decided they wanted the name Reverb, and well, Hot Wheels never copyrighted it. So there's the long and skinny of it. Again, watch all my previous videos. I talk all about this. I've talked about it so many times. There are so many Easter eggs in here by Ron himself. I mean, this one is clearly a love letter by Ron. He loves this series. It's really awesome to see this. So let's just open this baby up. I mean, Vert Wheeler has never looked better. This is the first time, by the way, that Vert Wheeler has been drawn on an official Hot Wheels package. It's the culture part, right? For 20, was it 19 years, 20 years? Because maybe he was on, I'll say this, I'll give him 2006. So 2006 to now. He has not been on something since for 19 years. Like, he's not on this, right? This version of him, right? This version of him has never been in something as of recent. And I thought it was really cool. Jeff Gomez talked about it on LinkedIn as well, that this is the first time that Vert Wheeler, as his version of Vert Wheeler, has been published. It chokes me up a little bit because, sorry, I'm gonna cry. It chokes me up because he just means so much. As a character, he's just so cool. I mean, I wouldn't dress up as him if I didn't think he was a cool character. So this thing is heavy. It's a brick. Let's talk about the cultural significance. It's so funny that this just so happened to not be the main character of the Teku. The Teku actually got 2 side characters, technically. No leaders here. So leaders here, no leaders here, surprisingly. But I think it was a good trade-off for Vert and Kurt to be the world race guys. So it's also celebrating world race, sorry. Galoran being a world race character. In fact, the only non-world race character is Torquematics. So it's actually really cool that this celebrates both world race and that. Although I'm sure people want to see a Nolo later on down the line. I'm 100% certain. Everyone wants Nolo, and Baseline probably next. I'm certain of that. Alright, this one, wow. Whoa, I didn't make a mess of things. What? I didn't make a mess of it. Maybe it was meant to be. It was meant to be, guys. Revert. I did not make a mess of the card this time. Hallelujah. Alright, let's talk about the cultural significance of this heavy behemoth of a car, and it's amazing. Number 1, the beryllium engine. Again, this is the most movie accurate of them all. The fact that this is orange, the fact that the headlights are orange, the fact that the way that the stuff curves up is amazing. I mean, the wheels, I do wish these were Acceleracers wheels, but unfortunately, they are still they're still good. These are still good. I'm not going to complain about it. Alright, the interior looks fan-freaking-tastic. I love this interior. Like, I can see Vert Wheeler driving this car. This just looks amazing. The jump jets on the bottom, movie accurate. This part right here is different. It's actually lower, like the brick it is. The beautiful hypercar brick that it is. The Accelerons logo right there, which you can see. People mistake it for the Drones logo, but remember, that's actually the Accelerons design. That was actually a Easter egg to what Ron did on an older version of the car, or not this car, but on an older version of another original Hot Wheels that he created, I think it was Repulsor Blast for Iron Man. So the fact that he worked his way up from Iron Man character car stuff to this is incredible. Like, actually shout out the team at Hot Wheels for believing in this and for giving him the chance to actually make a dream come true. Not just for him, but for all of us as fans. This is, wow, this is actually incredible. I never would have thought we got a movie accurate Reverb. And to also have a part in naming it, if you didn't know, the community, I think a couple people in my server said, hey, we should name it Revert since Reverb is taken. And in Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, you know that it says Verts, right? Instead of Revert, which alluded to the point that how could they bring back Reverb without the name Reverb, because it's specifically said in the movie. One of the only names of a car that's said in a movie of Acceleracers. I don't think even Chicane is named. But Reverb is dropped, and that is quite funny. So Revert was one of those names. When Ron was talking to me about this, he said, "Hey, what would be a good name for it?" I just said Revert. It's another type of skate trick. It's got Vert's name in it, and you're reverting back. It's a perfect name for a perfect new diecast. This one takes the cake for being one of the best new diecasts of this new era of Hot Wheels, with the side mirrors even. I don't know if I like side mirrors just personally because, again, diecast accuracy to real life car accuracy for Hot Wheels has never been something that I was always fond of. I like the stylization. However, the way Ron does it, I'm gonna accept it. It looks great. It looks amazing. This right here is what rams Galorem into the ocean, and it's gone. And she's gone. Right? This thing is rad. All the way around, all the way through, and I couldn't be happier to Ron and the team for getting this one done. So, if you aren't able to collect any of them, and you're only able to buy one, it's definitely this one. It's 100% this one, with the metal on metal, the movie accuracy being fully thorough. This one takes the cake. I think I will end it at that. Alright, I'm going to give you my last thoughts here in just a second after this ad break. So that was my review of the Hot Wheels Acceleracers, all of them that have been released since 2023. Now, I want to hear your comments down below. Which one was your favorite out of all of them? And then, what discrepancies do you find annoying that you wish were more canon? For example, the fact that the RD06 doesn't have, well, it has MJ on it. It's kind of odd, right? And then we've also got the incorrect character for the Iridium. But you know what? I might be coming up with something to alleviate those concerns. Another huge shout out to Jamie Pugh Art, who did the actual thumbnail art that you see, and he also did this art. He did this art. He did it. And so I think it was really cool that he had commissions open, so of course I hit him up. And yeah, it looks really cool. Thank you, JB. Looks really awesome. So that was it. Be here, be squared for more Hot Wheels culture content. I'm JayCee Squared, signing out.